Hello again, I am Blunty. This is the ROG Ally, and the video I had planned today kind of fell through. It was in fact not going to be about the ROG Ally like 98% of my videos have been for the past, 2-3 weeks now. I'm very excited about the device personally, so I've been having a lot of fun with it. Well, like I said, today's video wasn't supposed to be about that, but today's video has to be delayed because of reasons beyond my control. Never rely on other people! This is why I'm a one-man band most of the time. So I was in the official Discord, in the official Republic of Gamers Discord this morning, as I am a lot of mornings, checking out what people are saying and doing about this, their anticipations, there are, the people with them early, like me, their experiences and stuff. And I saw a guy make a claim, because one of the official Aces guys was like, hey, the next video we're doing, we're going to be doing a teardown live on stream. And someone else was like, hey, can you show us a good way to open the case? Because I watched a video of someone else doing a SSD replacement, and he had some real trouble opening the case. It seemed real difficult. They actually managed to mark the case with his spudger. Is there a way to open the case without marking the case? And I was like, what the hell are you talking about? I've been using this thing for 3.5 weeks solid now. I haven't even cleaned it yet, in case you're wondering about how clean this thing stays as a white device. It's perfectly fine, actually. I'm quite impressed by it. But yeah, I saw this thing in the Discord and I went, that can't be right. There's no way this thing is that soft. I would have scratched this already because I've been in and out of 2 different metal docks and a different dock and this and that. And I haven't been particularly careful with it, quite deliberately not being careful with it, being precious with it, because, I wanted to see how it would put up with just kind of average treatment. And so I thought, well, I'm going to get a couple of spudgers and I'm going to really try to mark this thing up. And nothing, of course, nothing. It would be idiotic to suggest that this case can be marked by plastic spudgers specifically designed to be soft plastic that do not mark other plastic devices. They are deliberately made with softer plastic so they don't leave marks on your case. But then I watched this other video of the guy opening the Ally and he seemed to be having a lot of trouble with it. I mean, a lot of trouble. He was really struggling with it. He had a thick spudger like this and he was sort of getting in the cracks and going, and you could see him, his hand shaking with the effort of trying to pop this thing open. I went, that can't possibly be right. What is he doing wrong? It seems stupid. That has to be fake. He has to be faking that just for a dramatic effect. I don't know what his motivation would be for doing that because he's done some pretty good coverage of the, Ally so far. I don't want to throw shade on a fellow creator, and certainly not one with a bigger audience than mine, because you know what happens when that happens. Their audience comes over and harasses you because the online space is just full of idiotic tribalism. But so I'm going to do this live. This is the first time I've ever opened this thing up. How long are these screws? Okay. Yeah, this is the very first time I've opened this thing up. I wasn't going to open it up until I had a replacement SSD for it, but of course, as some of you know, money has been a bit of an issue recently, so I just haven't been able to invest in a SSD just for the sake of doing a video, because quite frankly, I haven't felt the need for a bigger SSD yet. The 512 one in there is doing me just fine, combined with the micro SD card, combined with the M.2 drive that I can put in this dock here for certain games that I only ever play docked, which, if you want to see the video on that, I'll link it in the down below, but that's been a really nice dock. So yeah, like I said, I wasn't planning on opening this thing just yet, but just out of my own pure curiosity about how hard this thing seemed for the other creator. I'm not going to name him because I don't want to tempt fate and tempt aggression or anything like that from idiots, tribal fan bases. That stuff is so tedious online. Don't you guys find that stuff tedious? It's so exhausting. So, last screw right in the middle there. Diddly-diddly-doo. Do this bottom screw last. Is this a captured screw? This might be a captured screw. It feels a lot shorter than the others. We'll leave it there, see what happens. So, spudger, in we go. And that's, yeah, I'm not sure why the other guy was just struggling with it, because that popped clean open, easy as. And in case you're wondering, if you are doing a replacement on your M.2 drive, it's underneath this little piece of protective plastic right there. There's a little bugger right there. So in order to replace this, unscrew that screw, pull that out, pop a new one in, and you can actually reinstall Windows from scratch from the BIOS. They've done a thing where you can download an install of Windows that will be correctly licensed and set up with all the appropriate drivers and stuff. I've never done that myself yet, but I've seen a couple other people who have done it. talk about it, and the process is apparently quite easy. You can also, if you've got the the right equipment, the right know-how, just clone that SSD to the new SSD and then install it, and everything should be fine from there. I've done that on other Windows machines before. It's a bit of a pain in the ass sometimes, but sometimes it's the most useful way to go. But yeah, I mean, if you want to open this thing up and replace your bits and pieces, I can't say that it is a particular challenge, and certainly not one that requires sped up video and straining and shaking of hands like that other creator was doing. I'm not I'm not going to cast any aspersions on their technical ability. This is this is what they do on their YouTube, just like me. They cover a lot of technology and stuff like that, and I don't think either of us are novices when it comes to pulling screws out of things. Yeah, are we all honed? Yep, we are. Oops, don't you roll away there. So there you go. I'm going to have to clean that screen again. That's the only part of the thing I've had to clean, actually, the screen, because obviously glossy screen, fingerprint magnet. But the white bits, yeah, they're still box fresh, as it were. Oh, hey, look, I didn't point this out. It's actually a Republic of Gamers screwdriver. See that? I got that with one of their fancy motherboards review once. I think it was a review motherboard, and I think I accidentally kept this. That was probably supposed to go back in the box when I returned the motherboard. But it's mine now. They never said anything, and they didn't ask for it back, so it's my Republic of Gamers screwdriver now. Thank you for that, Asus. Send more. I quite like it, actually. It's surprisingly good for a freebie screwdriver that came with a motherboard. I use it all the time. Thank you, as always, to the patrons scrolling up above there. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully this has been interesting, useful, and maybe slightly passive-aggressive against someone struggling to do something quite easy. See you guys.